in a world.
Bro, it's Indiana.
In Indiana, from the depths of our secret lair.
Bro, it's totally a bookstore.
And whose fault is that? Fine, never mind. In Indiana, from the depths of our bookstore comes a well-coordinated coterie of serious kindred.
You're joking, right?
I'd rather be reading a book anyway. Fine. Come check out our chronicle as a bunch of misfit kindred drift from one crisis to another. Happy?
Bro, what happened to the voice?
Indy by night. We'll see you Tuesday. Oh, hey, hi, hello, we are here. Welcome on in. You may see the names are different. We'll get to that. But welcome into another episode of Indy by Night. Episode 50, the big 5-0.
We did it.
Episode titled Missing Friends. So we will go ahead, go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing, what clan you're from, and how everyone is feeling about the last 24 hours. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Carter the Tremere. And the last 24 hours, I definitely staked two of my coterie mates and sort of relied on my Scooby-Doo-esque plan to hopefully they're okay, but I don't know if they are. Last I saw them, they were about to get cooked by the sun. So I'm not having a great last 24 hours.
Next up, we have Hannah.
Hey, I'm Hannah, playing Meg, part of the Malkavian clan. And Meg's take? I mean, this is all like kind of cool, kind of interesting. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm playing Ariella, a Banu Hakim childer. Last 24 hours for her have been very interesting. Didn't start off the way her day was she expected, but hey, she's rolling with the punches.
And last but not least, Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm playing Michael, the Ravnos, the one in the coterie who was coerced into joining the Camarilla, and now, I guess, an older member of the Camarilla based on everybody else who was just pulled in and everything. It's very confusing. I conveniently kind of don't have a memory of what happened around the homies getting staked. So I'm concerned about that, but we'll figure that out slowly but surely. Yeah, confused and sad that the homies aren't here.
Indeed, but you guys are on your way to Indianapolis to try to go ahead and get ahead of whatever is going to happen. you guys were definitely in the process of trying to go ahead and try to atone as quickly as possible for the massive, massive masquerade breach of a Dimitri and Eva. And you guys had a plan that seems to be going well so far. But it is time to see if it actually takes the cake. So where we're going to be picking up is Carter and Michael. You guys have arrived at the monument downtown. Anything you guys would like to prepare before going inside the hornet's nest, as it were?
This is same night, right?
As when you guys did the staking and stuff?
Yes.
Sure is. We are talking like maybe an hour after.
That's how I feel. That's what I'm trying to get prepared. Is that I'm trying to get that dog in me ready to go.
I guess I would say during that ride over, just sort of talking to Michael, getting a story straight in my head, and then that's simple enough and believable enough and true enough to get Michael to repeat it, right? So basically get us on the same page that Carter surprised and staked the two members who were the ones breaching the Masquerade, who were talking about running off to go join the Anarch. And I did the only thing that a loyal Kingdom folks could do.
Yeah, because there would be plenty of questions coming from Michael, having been wiped a couple of times in the process of getting this plan done. So why where are they? Who are we? Who am I? Not that deep, but you get the general confusion, and Michael will absorb as much of that as possible, like a sponge, ready to go. Because as far as he's concerned, that's the truth.
It is indeed the truth.
Because why would Carter lie to me?
Why would Carter lie to you?
Exactly.
All right. I have to ask legally, any powers you would like to activate before going in?
No, just since the beast kind of on passive, so if it pops up, I can kind of figure out if people are angry with us.
Okay.
Should be pretty obvious, I would think.
You
but
know what? I will do blood potency.
Oh.
So real quick, what does blood potency do for you? It gives you better dice, right?
Depending on how well I do, it does a little bit or kind of a lot of it. Just helps with extra dice and rerolls and surges and things.
Oh, on the car ride over, do I have time to try to do a couple rouse checks to get some superficial damage gone?
You absolutely can.
Because you just want me to be hungry walking into this.
You said it, not me.
No, it's fine. I think I still have blood bags in the backpack, so I should be okay.
Love that for you.
And I'll stop there. And I'm going to eat one because I believe I had 2 blood bags left from my last hunt.
Correct.
I will go ahead and I'll down those 2 to take me to 1 hunger.
Okay. Carter, I'm assuming you're wanting to use a point of willpower to fix whatever that is you just rolled.
Yes. Yes, I would.
I believe in you. You're going to do great.
Oh, you sure did.
Boom.
Sure did, with a total of 6 successes.
That's how we do it.
Going from 1 to 6, rolling only 3 dice. It's a good sign. It's a good omen.
Absolutely. We love that for you. I knew my faith was well placed.
All right. So that is pretty good for you, increasing your blood potency up a bit.
Yeah, because that turns into a critical win, so it increases it by 2, and it lasts for the night.
Yeah, it does.
Damn. You know what? I'm gonna do one more rouse for one more point of superficial.
Do it.
We're good.
Okay.
Now I
You know
just
what?
look
I am
minorly
too.
beat up.
You are as well.
Fair enough.
Wow.
At least we ate before we came.
Exactly.
Sure. Grab
Um.
a snack away even.
All right. Powers have been activated. Bags have been drank. Your flesh has mended itself. First thing you notice, the pair of guards that were out there for the Prince of Paris are no longer there.
That's a good first sign.
Maybe he went home.
Bruce is the storyteller, so it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sick, I guess.
He's probably right behind us.
Yep.
Roll initiative. No,
Sorry, fourth wall breaking. My bad.
No,
Game
it's
freeze.
good. I don't know what real life is at the moment. Who's Bruce? Should I know this guy?
So I'm walking in, like, not
Uh-huh.
with my hands up in the air, but very clear, like hands visible, going slow, not trying to make any sudden moves.
and it is a daunting climb to the top of this tower as you do see the elevator that is always out of service open up. And there is no doorman inside like there typically is.
Whoa.
It's not a great sign.
Is it too late to activate awe?
Not anymore, it's not.
All right, we're activating awe. People might pity me a little bit.
Okay, because I'm Carter,
Mhm.
right? Warren the player wants to run right into this, but because I'm Carter, what sorts of situations might lead to there not being guards or a doorman in the elevator?
Well, to be fair, there were never guards here before the Prince of France got here.
Okay, fair. And I know nothing about him. So.
Right. You're not exactly sure, but you do. This is the first time and the over a year and a half that you guys have been in Indianapolis, there has not been a dorm person here. Even when the tower was actively under siege, there was someone here.
All right, I'm gonna pretend that's not really freaking me out right now.
Good.
Michael's gonna follow the lead of slow, deliberate movements, hands where everybody can see them, and just looking pretty.
All right. You
You
guys
look pretty.
descend in the elevator, back down, and you hear a loud ding. The door opens, and there's roughly 30 individuals sort of standing around in the lobby. One of them was the door person, like the elevator guy. You do see the old Primogen.
Don't like the use of the term old there.
Well, because there is no current Primogen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I mean, I still don't like it. You don't have to like it. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't let it bully you.
yeah.
Can't be bullied.
Bart is there.
Oh,
But
good. He survived.
you see heavy scorch marks on his body.
Oh, he took a rocket launcher, huh?
That bridge has been burned.
Oh, hell no. We're tight forever.
You also see Benny talking to Sheldon. And you see the rest are unknown individuals.
Gonna lean over to
So
Carter.
no Nessa?
No, Nessa's there. You saw the entire Primogen. I would just say Benny was actively talking
Gotcha.
I'm gonna lean over to Carter and just be like, like, kind of quiet whisper. I'm honestly surprised that Benny's still alive.
Tonight is still young.
So, put money on whose shoes he gets to like somebody to lick.
As long as it's not us doing the licking, I think we'll be okay.
I would really rather it not be us doing the licking.
Agreed.
Yep.
I try to catch Bart's eye. How does he react to us walking into this?
Absolutely beyond pissed.
Of course he is. He's a cop.
It's fair. I mean, he got shot with a rocket launcher because 2 of our people went off the handle trying to hunt down a tabby cat.
Ooh, look at me. I got shot by a rocket launcher and I'm mad about it. That's my impression of Bart. I don't do
Hannah,
that.
you hearing this history rewriting bullshit going on?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all don't know? Y'all aren't here?
Well, actively they are, but you don't know.
I mean, Dimitri's not here.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Oh, yeah, valid.
History's written by the people who are not, cam traders.
So I'm gonna like still while kind of leaned in to Carter there. Well, I guess I gotta take care of a little business. So good luck. Now you know where I'll be.
Where do you think? Where? Yeah, I'm going with you.
Okay, then come on with me. But
Yeah, following behind you. Yeah, no, let's do
hey,
this.
you know that, right? So
Yeah, that's kind of why we're here.
all right, cool. I hate this. And I'm gonna go walk on over and say hey to Nessa. Because she's been trying to get a hold of me all damn night.
And Nessa pretty much has, for the most part, been very level-headed, very sincere.
Mom's pissed, guys.
For the first time
Please don't
ever,
start to describe what mom is right now.
Mom is
you
hugely upset, guys.
can sense the frustration, and you could absolutely feel the supernatural powers of Daunt being put on display.
I'm just gonna kind of walk up and gonna take up a spot generally near her and just kind of exist. I'm not gonna make myself too known, but I'm gonna be there and we're vibing.
She looks to you, it says, down.
Look at Carter just uh-oh. And I guess, yeah, sure. I'm gonna take a seat.
There is no
Or is
seat.
it like kneel?
Yeah,
Is it
kneel.
like, okay, then put an exclamation point on the end of that. And yeah, I'll just kind of go with it. We need as much good graces as we can get, so fighting her on this is not going to be advisable. So yeah, I'll do it. There we go. I'll go ahead and take a knee.
I'm a few steps behind Michael, and I will slowly pull out my phone, pull up the picture of Eva Dimitri staked in the yard, offer it to her as I'm kneeling.
She takes the phone and places her hand right in front of your mouth, Michael.
Uh-oh. Was she making me feed right now?
Publicly.
In front of everybody? Yo, this is some straight up non. Ooh, I can't say things, but I'm a think things. I'm not allowed to be a butthole out loud, but I'm being a butthole in my head right now. Making me feed in front of God and everybody. Fucking, ooh, I'm friends with...
Save butthole in my head right now for Michael's next song.
In front of everybody, I'm gonna kind of like look over my shoulder at Carter and just kind of like slump a little bit, kind of defeated about it, because I really don't have a choice in the matter.
You could absolutely roll for it.
Now is not the time. Looks like we just got to play the game at the moment. So, yep, congratulations. I'm feeding again. Woo!
Okay.
And does that just re-up me to 3, or does that push us to 4?
It pushes you to 4. What do you think this is?
Well, I'm not sure. I've never been bloodbound before.
Well, yes, it re-ups it and
adds to it.
Adds to the wonderful total of level 4 now to try to use your DC to resist. And as you're actively feeding, she's looking through the phone like nothing's happening.
Does it do anything to my... since I ate before we got here, does that do anything to my hunger?
Because
I'm at hunger 1 at the moment.
No.
Stupid. I'm not even hungry.
I mean, you're hungry.
Only because I'm addicted to her blood.
Yeah. But nonetheless, as you're just feeding and feeding...
Just wait till I'm fucking unbondable. Oof. Got another thing coming, old ass lady.
And it's Ariella or Ariella? Sorry, you're muted.
Ariella
and Meg, you see this very, very public display as these two individuals that you have never seen before or heard of walk in. One begins feeding. You have heard of Nessa, from Nessa, and also the other sort of bows and hands a phone over as she's beginning to scroll through and feeding.
I mean, with status, would that mean anything for these new Kamites?
You guys go ahead and roll intelligence plus.
I'm status 3. I don't know what Carter's at.
I believe 3 as well. Yeah.
Cool.
3.
You guys could go ahead and make
I should say I was before tonight.
Right.
Status 3. Where we are now, I have no idea. I think you're at status. We're kneeling in front of Nessa.
You guys can make it a intelligence plus politics roll. And DCs will be 3 on that.
Or for me.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And 3 for Meg.
3.
Wonderful. Both of you guys, I take that back, you have heard of this coterie as a whole, especially with the big waves that a lot of people have been spreading rumors about of this coterie breaking said Masquerade, which you guys have learned very recently is the biggest of no-nos.
Just one time.
Yeah, that's all it takes. But you do recognize that this is Michael and Carter, the Ravnos and the Tremere.
Tip of the cap to y'all if I wasn't in the middle of being publicly humiliated.
Do we still have like our phones and stuff?
Mhm.
Okay, so like real subtly, I'll just kind of like slip it into my palm, and I'm just gonna take some shots of this whole situation.
Go ahead and roll Dex plus Stealth for me, please.
Yeah, this is gonna go very poorly.
You really do be out here looking for that blackmail.
I mean, I
Difficulty.
feel like the blackmail writes itself at this point.
Difficulty is going to be a contested roll. Something roll real quick.
I got 1 success,
Oh, sick.
which I'm fucking surprised because I had 2 dice.
That's impressive.
Oh,
50% success rate.
You're so good in this game.
I forgot to turn off the audible
The
like
click.
camera click sound.
Not even that, but like the audible, like unlocking the phone sound. It just
The
like
flash.
click. Exactly.
you get a text, but you have that setting that your light goes off whenever you get a text.
As you're getting ready to hold the phone up to take a picture,
Mhm.
someone you haven't seen before reaches over and snags your phone.
No, I won't even look at them.
Turns it off, takes the battery out, hands it back to you.
That's battery didn't come out.
Oh,
If he
perfect.
does,
They
it's
snap it in
broken.
half.
Okay, yeah. Good thing I
Smooth,
back up to the
very
cloud.
Exactly. Carter, out of the corner of your eye, you could absolutely see Bart just snap a phone of someone's.
It's fair.
Michael, it is it's sort of what the you now know more extensively what mortals feel whenever you sort of feed from one, where it is absolute bliss that you are sort of feeling from this. And it's not even because of the fact that you're feeding currently, but more the fact that it is who you are bonded to. That closeness, that obsession is sort of building itself and building upon it. And she begins to take her hand away back, and you sort of chase the hand up a bit as she licks her hand shut.
Well, that's embarrassing that I chased the hand a little bit, but not the worst that this whole situation has been so far.
She looks down, look over. Where is this location?
I give her general directions.
Bart, take your scourge and make sure that the job is done. Bart hastily nods and begins to leave up the elevator. Now, as for you two, we have no prints to write what was done by your coterie. So, if this is to be true, and those individuals are still staked there ready for the sun, you will be off the hook. Me and Caleb have both discussed and agreed. But if not, then you will be taking their spots for them.
At this point, I'm gonna try to roll to control my own.
Yeah.
Control my own mouth.
Yeah, DC 4.
That's int and resolve, right?
I believe so.
I'm gonna try to surge for it also.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. All right.
Intelligence plus resolve.
All right. We'll willpower that. It's close enough.
Okay.
I can do 2 of those.
Yep. You hit it.
Hey, we did it. All right. And I'll keep my mouth to myself for the moment, but it's good to know that I have some of my own faculties going.
And just as a reminder, because this is the first time you've had to make these sort of tests while in the same room as Nessa, it is not for the scene like it is when she's not in line of sight. It is per turn.
Per turn. All right. Then in that case, we're gonna do it right now because we might as well.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be surging on this all damn night.
You sure?
For sure you are, bud.
It depends on how shot down I get here real quick. So when she talks about like, then you're gonna be taking their spot.
Mhm.
Michael's gonna slowly, like, kind of standing back up. The whole point has been proven. I figure I'm allowed to be standing at this point unless told otherwise. So kind of getting back up to my feet, dusting off a little bit, like with due respect. We came back with as much proof as we could get. We did them the courtesy of staking them and the coterie bond, if you will. The courtesy was letting the sun do it as opposed to us. Because it's a little tougher. Emotions, etc. I think we've done everything we can at this point to fix the situation and correct what we can. I'm not sure why we would still need to be held in their place outside of a public demonstration, but we're better than that, aren't we?
I'll chime in with Princess have to make hard decisions, Michael.
You just get a look.
Caleb and
Come on,
Nessa,
man.
Caleb and Nessa absolutely look at each other, look back. While again, we do not have a prince currently, and as such, we took it to a vote of the primogen that was once here, and it is all good as long as they meet the final death by the sun. Hell, I'll have Bart sit in a very enclosed room while we watch them fry. But if you left them staked or they get unstaked at somehow, is that really any good as just watching them walk away?
I'm gonna look at Carter because I don't think at this point I can keep saying what I want to be saying.
You can make another roll if you like.
I'm gonna let that one go for the time being. Like, it kind of looking at Carter, like hands open, like a little help.
You have no reason to be concerned, right? As far as you're concerned, Carter told you they're staked in the yard.
Yeah, but it's still just like the matter of what if. We tend to run into some pretty weird circumstances.
We do.
So covering bases should not be an admission of guilt. All right. And after like looking at Carter for a second, Michael takes a kind of deep forced breath, like big sigh, and just kind of like shakes his head a little bit and takes a step back, like, okay.
And as it were, while you guys weren't the cause of the breach, you were there. And as the story goes, assisted in causing the breach. And with that, you guys will also receive a little slap on the hand. Your domain has been turned over to the Anarchs.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get one of these here. I'm pissed.
I wonder where Eva and Dimitri are heading to then.
That's why it's been become the domain of the Anarchs.
But at that news, it's just like full every muscle in Michael's body just like tenses. Like, I'm about to do something dumb, but I know I fucking can't.
After the shit Eva and Dimitri pulled, I don't think we want to be anywhere near Terre Haute.
Good, because we have a assignment for you two to work on. As you can see, we have a whole slew of new kindred here that need to be showed the ropes. And as you two, while you guys may have assisted, I'm hoping that you guys could take this lesson and show some of our newer recruits how to thrive in our society.
Were they marked too?
They didn't need to be because they were brought into the Camarilla. They were not transferred like you were.
Well, all right.
You see, all of these here were, as of 24 hours ago, mortals living their day lives.
Well, gonna kind of look at the room and address kind of everybody. Well, welcome to it. Glad to have you. Cool 24 hours to show up. I'm like looking back to Nessa. There is only thing I can describe it as is like righteous indignation in my eyes and nowhere else in my posture.
She looks at you, just gives you a little, and walks towards the office.
Oh.
As she snaps, "Come along, Michael."
Damn it. And that'll be out loud.
Got to roll to make it out loud.
It's fine.
Because right now you are very much happy to do as she says.
Yeah.
Even all of the shitty things that are going on currently, you are absolutely like, no, she is 100% right. We
I'm an
deserve all of
emotional-
this.
I'm a hurricane of emotions over here.
You are.
Emotional whiplash, guys.
But
I'm gonna
not-
do it. We're gonna surge on this shit.
Remember when you were spying for her for free?
Wasn't for free. She was paying me real fucking well. But no,
How's that money helping you today?
no, our prince, our late, all-knowing, omnipresent prince, omniscient prince, had to go and ruin a great gig that I had
Sure
because
did.
he was a little threatened by the fact that maybe I might have some information he doesn't, or whatever bullshit he was on. Welcome to Michael's internal monologue. This is what it sounds like.
I love it.
So go ahead and roll. You did get a little hungrier.
Yeah. I just had a snack too, and I'm already fucking stress eating. Difficulty 4. Hey, there we go. Then yeah, that damn it is out loud. But I'll still follow.
She looks and gives you a smirk. You too, Carter.
Absolutely.
I'm still gonna look at Carter and be like, "The hell? What? What?"
Meg and
Ariella's intentionally trying to like slink behind people. Like, don't put me with these assholes. Don't put me with these
Ariella.
She'll compose herself, put a big smile on her face, and step forward.
Come on, Slinky. If I gotta go, you do too.
Shortly after, the rest of the Primogen follow suit and enter into the chamber with you.
So we're not going back to like Nessa's quarters.
No, you guys are heading into the prince's office.
Okay, there's a little bit of a little bit of relief that Michael feels being in the prince's office as opposed to going back to Nessa's like haven.
I don't think a change of scenery should make you feel any better.
Oh, this is a still somewhat public venue. Granted, she just made me up the bond in public, but there's some sort of better feeling being in a more neutral location.
As you guys look over, during the attack on the tower just a few days ago, I guess it's been a little bit longer than that, but it feels like a few days at least, as hectic as it's been around here.
She's referring to the Bruja.
Yeah. Things were taken. Not sure if you're aware, but someone on the inside killed one of our bartenders and took off with a couple of artifacts that we would like back.
What artifacts were taken?
A book, a cross, and a small obsidian pyramid.
May I ask the relevance of the items?
Art.
So
What leads do you have?
As far as leads, we do believe they are local. Hard to tell which location they are, who they belong to. But if none of us were able to see them, we believe they are highly trained in obfuscation, to say the least, or the dominate powers. To be able to walk in and out like they own the place. And to be fair, maybe they were once us. But whoever took these objects have frustrated the Primogen of Indianapolis. And you see her look to the rest of the Primogen. Sheldon sort of walks forward. Yeah, we move to. He just sort of starts to look around. I put the vote that these individuals are considered blood hunted,
Oh, damn.
and all the Primogen nod simultaneously.
We don't know who took it or took the objects, but whoever did it is now blood hunted.
Yes, if you find who did this, any kindred found residing at that location is free game.
Just to be clear, would we be required to provide the final death, or just allowed to?
You are allowed to. You do not have to take it if you do not want to, but if you do not take it, you are to deliver them to us.
Any concern if they are high-ranking members of the Sabbat or similar Anarch Barons?
Sabbat, maybe, because of their powers of oblivion, was not even something that I've thought of, honestly.
When have barons stopped us in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I just really threw them in as a courtesy.
Valid. Not talking shit. Just
Our Michael and I's talents are less direct and forceful than our former coterie mates. I know nothing of these Meg and Ariella. Are they going to be reasonable fill-ins? Totally talking about you like you're not here.
You know we're standing right here, right?
I'm Michael just kind of he does that. You get used to it.
I don't think I will.
That's a thing.
No, it's not.
I raise
Anyway, continue on. That was
I
rude.
raise my hand, like looking at Nessa.
Yes.
I was curious, are these holy artifacts other than the cross? For example, is the book a Bible?
No, it is not.
Can you give me the title of the book that would be relevant in our search?
The Book of Nod.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that and this is kind of addressing the Primogen as a whole, kind of looking between everybody. I understand that usually you want investigations done in a timely manner, but is there a strict deadline on this, or is this just a is this like a make it a priority, but we don't really have a hard end date on this, like no by this date or else ultimatum?
No, we do not have any sort of end date. If we were talking your previous coterie, then yes, we probably have one, quite honestly.
There. Then I'll kind of step out of the way for the hand raise. Just
Could you give me an approximate estimation of the value of the objects?
Priceless.
Is that to anyone or to a collector?
Both.
making me feel self-conscious about the whole PI thing. I'm not asking the good questions.
I like this one.
Is she writing anything down, or is she just asking all these questions?
No, she's got like a very good memory. So yeah, she's just asking questions.
Just like an eidetic memory over here.
So Carter is quickly realizing he did not get saddled with Eva 2.0 and Dimitri 2.0, and he's here for it at the moment.
Michael's a little bummed that it's not Dimitri and Eva 2.0. Not gonna lie.
To answer your question, Carter, no, they do not have the necessarily lethal prowess as Eva and Dimitri did. But maybe that's a good thing.
Certainly.
Again, we're standing right here.
You still get used to it, I promise.
Maybe we should leave the room. This is very uncomfortable for me.
You know what? That's a great idea. I think
I'm gonna
the three of us should step out of the room.
I'm gonna shift some books to make them perfectly straight on the table.
Oh, I get what you're about. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take my leave. I'm gonna take this one, the mess, and we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna be okay.
Caleb stands for you will not.
All right, we're staying here. My bad. I'll shoot an apologetic look.
Anybody else getting a little hot in here?
Yes, Ariella.
Do you have images of the artifacts that we could be supplied with?
Yes, they're all located in the library, which Carter's very familiar with.
Excellent, thank you.
Now, the four of you go get this research done and bring back our things. And Nessa sort of chimes in. And once again, if you guys receive a call from me, don't ignore it this time, please.
Ooh, that sounds really bad. Don't ignore.
No, we don't ignore phone calls around here.
I don't believe I got a call from you. Please feel free to call me anytime.
If I can point out that I do think Carter is the more reliable one at the moment to answer phone calls. I've been in not a great habit of losing my phone. So I will do my absolute best. Hand raising, how's it going over there? What? Yeah. You don't have to do that.
Ariella, if you... Ariella and Meg, while they are going to be teaching you how to thrive in our society, and hopefully show you how to get things done in the name of the Camarilla, you also have a job similar to them. You will be reporting back to me and ensuring everything is in line, everything's correct. And Ariella, as she begins to step forward, can I see your phone, please?
I unfortunately lost it moments ago.
Perfect. And she goes ahead and reaches aside and hands you a phone.
Thank you.
Keep that on and answer when I call.
Of course.
Now.
I'm gonna look at Carter. Just like
I did have one question, if that's all right.
Please.
In reference to the Book of Nod, is that something that would represent a masquerade breach to mention it to mortals?
It would. It is one of our most holy texts that we have. And them having it itself is in itself a masquerade breach.
Does it have a name that would be permissible to mortals? One that in circles of the occult might act as a reference? Say, the Unholy Book of the Dead.
I believe
there anything
they
like that?
refer it to it as a Necronomicon, but they are far, far off from what it is actually.
Understood. That helps. Thank you.
Indeed. All right, be gone.
She's at the door before anybody.
no, as soon as "be gone" is uttered, Michael is beelining out of here.
We're fighting to get to the door.
And I'm out.
She moves fast for someone in like 5-inch stiletto heels.
So does Michael.
Whoa. I love your shoes, Prada.
Goodwill.
Thrifter.
Absolutely. Now we need to sit down and put real shoes on so we can investigate. These are my going out shoes.
Well, I don't know. Do you have suggestions on the best way we should approach this? I'm leaning on you as my superiors to kind of guide us in this mission.
So I'm gonna put it out
so
there.
weird.
I'm gonna put it out there and say, not your superiors.
No, you definitely are.
No, we're older than you, but
Right.
if we're working together,
But there still has to be a hierarchical structure. I mean,
all right.
it
So
can't be
100%.
willy-nilly.
if you need a hierarchy of structure, it's gonna go Carter, then me, then you two. But on a social level, there's no need for any sort of like sir, anything like that. We're all peers here.
As you wish, Mr. Barrow.
Good Lord, I hate it. Carter, I have a research assistant for you.
Actually, it was to my understanding that you are from a clan that specializes in blood sorcery. I would love to learn more. However, I know that's not particularly in the cards at the moment. But perhaps you could point out some books in the library that might be useful.
Only if Mr. Michael will allow it.
Good shit. Fuck.
She turns and looks at you, Mr. Barrow.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to this real fucking quick. If I could sweat, I would be sweating. Is it hot in here? Oh man.
No, I'm
Backstory
pretty
time.
cold.
Backstory time. I'm pretty new to this whole Camarilla thing, all right? As well as y'all. So I think I've got what, like, look at Carter, like a month? 2 months? Tops?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Well, let's go to the library. We'll figure it out from there.
All right. So y'all library headed up. I'm gonna make some phone calls and see what I can find out. And I'm sorry, I have forgotten your name because I'm terrible. It's Aurelia?
Meg.
Ariella.
Ariella.
Meg.
Ariella and Meg. There we
I'm
go.
sorry to speak for you, Meg. I apologize. That was very rude of me.
No, I'd rather that. Please do all the speaking.
Well, you know, girl
Lots of
power.
creepy
I don't want to
things going
feel,
on.
you know, we deal with enough misogyny and people talking for us, so I feel it was very impolite, so I hope you'll accept my apology.
I'll have to think about that.
But I do have to say, I am absolutely in love with your look. This whole thing you've got going on is fabulous. Like, I want to take you to Burning Man and we can just party.
Oh, parties are great. I love parties.
Burning Man in the unlife we live. No.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we could maybe make a night of it. We could drop on my private jet. We could fly there.
Not a jet.
Private jet.
You can't just toss that in a conversation. Hold on.
Well, she just did.
Yeah, I mean that's how it came up, but now we need details. This jet.
We need to do research. Let's walk.
Yes,
What,
I think
walk
right
and-
now is the most appropriate time. We can discuss my jet later.
We could discuss your jet while we talk, like while we walk. That's what I meant to say.
I think
Walk
we
and
should
talk.
be more focused on the task at hand. Do you either of you know these objects that Nessa have you seen them? Had affiliation with them?
Bruce, I assume some of those at least I have seen before.
You've seen all of those before, as they were in cases within the prince's office at one point or another. Like individual pedestal cases that he has that sort of line the main hall towards his desk, is usually where they reside. But being a Tremere, you absolutely know the Book of Nod as one of the most like religious texts of the Kindred, if not the only one, really. Very, very big deal that got away. The other two you haven't really heard much about, more than just having seen them in passing inside of the prince's office.
Okay. Yeah. So I will. My response will be some version of that. I've seen them. I can describe them. They were in our prince's office. The book is a holy text. But no, I don't have any real intimate familiarity with them.
So if we're thinking of motive, which would lead us down the pathway of where they might go, any inkling on the reason they might have stolen these particular artifacts?
Well, I have some random threads I could pull at, but nothing really beyond that.
Random
I
threads
think
are
it's
good.
safe to say they're some of the most valuable artifacts in this building.
So let's think about this out. I'm just thinking out loud, all right? Like, feel free to shoot me down at any point. And I'm going to save this part of this till we're in the library so they can be doing important stuff at the same time if need be.
Right.
So we've had, up until late Prince passed, we had people in and out of here all the time. But I figured they were all Kamites like us. So my thought would be Anarchs on Rite of Passage, Sabbat on Rite of Passage. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, go do this kick-ass thing, this big feat of badassery, and you'll have your status you want. That could be a thing. But that seems borderline suicidal, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does.
I'm assuming that a theft of this nature is very damaging to the reputation of this particular kingdom.
Could be. I think so. That's probably why they want it back. They put a blood hunt out.
Does anyone have a particular axe to grind? Experience incredible insult at the hands of the Camarilla?
A lot of people.
Anyone with the
That's kinda what we
capability to
do
pull
here.
this off? There's a difference between will and skill. We need
Yeah.
both.
The will and the skill that comes to mind would be our Sabbat friends.
Yeah, Sabbat friends. It's Sabbat like the Book of Nod as well. I'm sure. Bruce, remembering back to the night that happened, we came up upon the recently dead bartender, right?
You did. You guys did stumble upon that, but you guys were a little preoccupied with the stuff happening up top. And then afterwards, it was very much brushed underneath the rug and dealt with silently.
Right. So trying to think back to that night, uh, can I try to remember any clues, anything I saw in the bar, any people that were around or not around?
Sure. Go ahead and roll for me.
And was Michael with me, or was that Dimitri? I honestly don't know.
I think we were both there. I think it was me, you, and Dimitri.
I think it was
No,
just you and me.
it was just
it's
you
just
two
you and me.
because Eva and Dimitri were in the process of driving from Bloomington when that occurred. Because that's
Oh, because the prince hadn't been hit by a car yet.
true.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, okay. The prince hadn't been hit by a car yet. Okay. Okay.
You could go ahead and roll wits plus intelligence.
So that happened while the prince was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't planned for the chaos of the prince's death. It was already in motion, and the prince's death caused the chaos that could have covered up the escape even better. Okay.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
See, now we're cooking with gas.
Oh my god. Okay.
Let's just grease the skids and we'll be there.
What about you, Meg? Any ideas? I know you weren't here, but I mean, all voices are relevant. Any thoughts?
Roughly about that time, you guys hear a knock at the door.
Uh-huh.
A familiar individual steps in as Benny pokes his head in.
Oh my god.
So, is it true?
What, True Ben?
What everyone's saying about the freaking Masquerade breaching? Like, that's some stuff.
Look to Carter for how to go about this conversation.
I was on the damn news. I don't know how we can pretend we didn't. Our coterie wasn't there.
That's valid.
Yeah, Benny.
It happened.
They get out of hand.
Okay. It's wild.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be as big of a thing as it was.
So, like, I heard you guys got hit with a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
That is accurate.
Accurate.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you want to experience it?
Not really.
Yeah. Nope, it hurt. A lot.
Where was Benny that night?
Yeah. Hold on. Ben,
No,
come
I
here.
don't mean like I don't
No,
mean
no.
like Benny did it.
Ben, come here. Sit down. We have some questions.
But wasn't that the night we lost Benny?
No, Benny had been gone for a while.
Yeah, Benny has been gone for a hot minute.
Benny's been a Kindred radio host since we did whatever it was that made the prince like us again.
Fair enough.
Since right around he made a Baron lick his shoes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Ben, do you know anything about
But
You
what?
go ahead and ask.
belay that? I'm gonna look at the rest of the room. Is this a lead we want to follow?
Ariella walked up to him. Hi, I'm Ariella Chen. It's a pleasure to meet you, and you are?
My name is Benny Blankenship. Nice to meet you. Here's my card, and he hands over a radio
thank you.
host's card.
She pulls out like a solid platinum card wallet, pops it open,
That
slides the car
surprise
in, slips it inside her jacket.
See, it's about time you guys upgraded to some class. You guys really were missing that at your little bookstore.
Oh, you own a
Too soon, man.
bookstore? That's
Too soon.
wonderful.
Emphasis on owned.
I'm sorry. That sounds unfortunate.
It's all right. There was a rocket launcher involved. Um,
Oh my god, do I still have it?
yeah,
I
you did
think
take
that-
it, didn't you?
I did take that. I took the rocket launcher. I'm
Mhm.
assuming I probably left it in the car.
Yep.
You don't want to just walk into the tower with the business end of an RPG, right?
It's good to know that we have it. Do we still have the C4? Or no, that's Dimitri probably went to go get the C4.
Yeah, because that.
That was obviously out of character. Out of
Yeah,
character.
100%, 100%. Shut up, Benny, you narc.
I don't know Dimitri's alive. Shut up, Benny, you narc. That's absolutely true. While Benny's in here, I'll be pulling some books off the shelf for Ariella, since she
Okay.
had asked about blood sorcery.
Mhm.
I assume there's like blood sorcery 101 in here.
There is indeed
My
It's probably
first
written by
blood sword.
Carter.
my first ritual.
Benny, I hate to be a bear. And she kind of grabs him gently by the elbow and kind of turns him towards the door. We are on a very immediate, expedited mission for both of the people who are vying to be the prince. So it's very important we get back to work. It was a pleasure to meet you. I really appreciate you giving me my card. I'm sure we'll be in touch. And she opens the door, kind of scoots him out, and closes it behind him.
But
It's a good idea. That dude's a cop.
Also, he can listen through walls very
Yeah.
far away. So
Uh-huh.
Oh,
just heads up.
Man, we sure do love the
thank
Camarilla in here. This
Nice
place
to know.
rules.
Sure does.
Is there anything in here that we should be looking for? I know we're in the library. Is there something that I can help you find?
Yeah, so I assume we have some kind of books that might help. We have pictures of the items, books that might describe them, just to bring our newer folks up to speed on what these were.
yeah, there are no books on the Obsidian Pyramid or the cross that were taken specifically, but there is a good plethora of books about the Book of Nod, and it mostly refers to it as a like really archaic artifact.
And did the 4 hits on trying to remember that night come up with anything?
Yes. First thing you remember is that the person had multiple stab wounds to them.
Not bite marks, stab wounds.
Correct. And they did not look. This word. They looked purposeful. They did not look like a random assortments of stabbings, but in positions that would cause the most damage to the individual.
Do they look like they were caused by like the weird bone weapons off the type that I killed in Dimitri's cousin's apartment?
It's hard to tell. They do look wider. The wounds were wider than like an actual, like a usual knife would be. So take that with which, but you wouldn't. They weren't like rugged or anything like that. They were very much clean punctures.
And my memory is awful. Was Michael? Michael, were you here for the portal in Dimitri's cousin's apartment?
A portal in
That's in
Dimitri's
character.
cousin's apartment?
No, he wasn't here.
I would remember some cool shit like that. Where'd the portal
Because
go?
it's just, I don't know that we ever figured that out. But
Did you?
there
make the
were no. I think we figured out it was a La Sombra thing, right? It was Oblivion.
portal? I know nothing.
Is that right, Bruce?
Yeah. You weren't exactly 100% sure. You knew that it was Oblivion, but there was also the rumor of the group of Tremere that were just roaming into Indianapolis at the time, so you weren't sure if that was a way for them to travel that they used. But you definitely the portal seemed to be made of just pure shadow, more than just like any sort of magic. That was it. So it definitely feels a lot more Oblivion than it did any other sort of discipline.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'll bring Michael up to. I'll bring the whole team up to speed on that encounter with the portal and the thing that had the weird, like bone weapons, like they were shaped into spikes and stuff. And I'll relate what I recall from the dead bartender. And that all screams Sabat, right? So I think Michael was onto something there.
No, hold on. Bone claw things. I want to talk about that for a second.
Sure.
What was it that attacked you? Was it a person? Was it a?
It was a kindred.
And we know for a fact it was a kindred.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely got some of the blood. Confirmed kindred. It was had some blood sorcery on it because the blood was poisonous.
Was it? And again, tell me to shut up if I'm way off base here. But we've run into too many things that look like other things recently. Do we know for a fact that it wasn't somebody that got face sculpted? Could this tie back into our mysterious Zimitzi friend?
I don't know how much Carter knows. I know I consumed some blood from somebody who had some of those powers at one point. And I studied it a bit, but with Warren the player saying I'm not 100% sure what Carter knows, I would say Carter says it seems like they're all in that same wheelhouse.
Okay. And that's total speculation and tossing stuff at the wall. So I'm just pointing out similarities to things we've seen because maybe they'll cross paths.
Yeah.
So, all right.
My thought is maybe we go talk to the Sabat.
D was the one with the relationship there, though.
Yep.
You think that it was an inside that way? No, D wasn't even here when it happened.
I kind of look at Meg like they're talking about so much shit that
We're
No
jumping
idea.
all over the place.
I'm just going through the books like this.
Cat in the hat. Cat in the hat. You have to have a copy. Cat in the hat.
Something I know.
What
No
are you
libraries
interested in? I can direct you.
What do you mean? All of this
Well,
is like crazy. I mean,
So
Aurelia? Is that how you say your name? Aurelia?
Ariella.
Can I just say it how Oh, okay, Ariella. Yeah. So, I mean, she knows kind of things. I mean, let's be honest. I really haven't been paying all that much attention to what they've been telling us.
it's valid. That's super valid.
But I'm really trying.
No,
It's a lot of information.
it really is.
Yeah,
And
maybe I need a notebook. Do they have notebooks in the library?
Carter.
Yeah, I will go to the desk where I keep a stack of like beautifully bound leather journals. I have like
Oh, and maybe,
15
like,
of
4
them in a
pens.
row.
Maybe make that pencils. Sorry.
No, don't
Okay,
be
I'm being
sorry.
serious. I said this to Ian.
No, this is
If
perfect.
it's too
I
much,
love
tell
this.
me.
No, this is amazing.
I pull 4 like $300 a piece pens and put them in this, very fancy leather journal and hand them to her.
That's a big
Oh
deal.
my god.
Please don't lose those.
Oh,
my boy Carter don't got money like that. So like,
This is what Carter spends money on.
I just keep looking down and up like, okay. I will try not to lose it.
I believe in you. So, quick question while we because I've jumped on a rabbit hole there and I'm very sorry. So, we're still meeting each other. Hi, how's it going? To kind of go back to square one here, I don't know how to say this not super rude. So, I apologize if it is. How new are you?
Yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yes.
Okay.
We are 24 hours.
Well, y'all are babies. Okay. And that's not a dig. That's not anything. That's just
We were
this.
trying to tell you earlier.
And there was a lot going on earlier.
Yes, there was.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Carter.
Well, anyway, this is all very fascinating. We can keep going with the conversation. We don't have to talk about how we're babies.
No. Like, Carter, now I'm legitimately worried about them. Sorry, I'm talking about you guys like you're not here again, but like this is an important thing. I'm
I'll just
legitimately
plug my
worried.
ears.
Okay, that's fine. Do what you need to do. I'm not trying to put you on edge or anything like that. Carter, they're this is
They have a lot of skills that were not around when we were mortal. So let's look at it as an advantage and
all right.
roll with it. I need to talk to my sire. Do you want to maybe go through leads, and I will see if there's anything that she's heard?
Yeah, we can start there, shake some trees, make some phone calls. Do y'all do well
I guess
do
if the
y'all
motive is to
know
hurt
anybody? No, go
if the
for it.
motive is to humiliate the Camarilla, do you think that this is something, these artifacts, the thief, are they likely to hold on to it or try to get rid of it? Is this a money play? Or is it something where they're going to keep it because of the power they potentially represent? However, given the nature of these artifacts, obviously they come with a significant amount of danger. Being in possession of them puts a target on your back, as we've already seen. We're already been put on the hunt. So my question is, best estimation, do you think that they're going to try to fence these goods and get rid of them to make a quick buck? Or do you feel like they're going to hold on to them because of the power and influence that they represent? I'm in the dark here, so you will have to be my guide.
And that's
I
a
think
very good question. I can't imagine that they didn't have a very solid plan and that this wasn't part of a long-term play to get these particular artifacts. If the people that stole them don't still have them, it's because they gave them to the person they were working for.
Now, the language that's in the Book of Nod, is it something anyone can read, or does it take someone with a very special skill set? Is it a dead language that only a few people can decipher? Because that could give us a place, because if they're not ancient, chances are they may not speak the language necessary to understand the text. They may need to hire someone to interpret it for them, potentially even a mortal.
Do I know the answer to that question, Bruce?
You can go ahead and make one of your favorite rolls, intelligence plus occult.
Dun dun dun.
I'm assuming blood magic does not apply.
It would not.
Boo.
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Bow.
What's the difficulty on that one?
Difficulties would be 4.
Yowza.
I believe in you.
I do too.
Can I
Total
search to get extra dice on that?
You can.
You could surge your ass off, bro.
I am not going to not know a trivia question that these new people are asking.
That'd be embarrassing.
You know, I don't know.
Hey, old guy, what's this book you like written in?
This book you
Damn.
like.
I said what I said.
All right, what do we get there, friend?
Hang on, sorry. I can't add enough dice.
Ooh, I love when that happens for you.
I'm gonna roll one more. I don't need to roll one more.
You got it. You got it. Nicely.
Well, look at you. It is very difficult because the Book of Nod isn't even the full amount of text that is from the original 13 stone slabs that they were wrote into. But depending on when and where it was written, sort of changes what dialect is used. A lot of it did come from a lot of the copies that are significantly older are Hebrew in nature, but there is a couple rumored to be floating around that does have a French and English translation.
I will relate that. Do we know this specific copy? Did the prince ever let me see it?
He didn't invite you to come see it, but it was out for the open. Go ahead and roll intelligence plus wits to see if you can remember what the language was on the front of the book. Woo! Yeah, you go ahead and remember that this was the one of the Hebrew copies. But you do remember that it was missing quite a few pages in it. It was definitely not a full copy of it. But it was one of the, not original, but one of the older versions of it.
And it's a good lead that Ariella pointed out. Who would I go to if I needed a kindred text translated from Hebrew? And that I will also ask out loud to Michael. Who would he go to?
Got a couple names that come to mind. I've been talking about making some phone calls and stuff like that, so I can put some feelers out, see what we can
I also have some friends in academia I could reach out to and see if they know anyone locally within the Indianapolis area that might be a known expert in speaking Hebrew.
hurt.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt. Just did they go over in your? Have they talked to you about how to talk about things and what not to say? The masquerade, all that stuff.
Yes, I'll look at Meg. Do you remember that part? I'll kind of whisper to her.
So, crash course. Don't say anything that might be weird.
Weird.
If it's words you only heard in the last 24 hours, do not say it. Not kindred, none of the clans.
I will start writing
certainly
that,
not
all
Book
that
of
down.
Nod.
Those languages that those words aren't a part of my vernacular. So when I talk to people, I'm probably not going to mention those things. I do appreciate the refresh, but I was only going to mention that if someone had a stolen manuscript that was written in Hebrew, who in the Indianapolis area might they go to have it translated?
Oh, absolutely, and I am not trying to tell you how to do your job.
No. I
just
understand.
wanted to make
I
sure.
don't take it personally. I just mean that, as we pointed out to Mr. Barrows, we're only 24 hours old. Kindred has not become a part of my daily vernacular. The Book of Nod was my first reference to it was in the introduction with Nessa. So it's not likely to slip out, is what I mean to say.
Perfect.
It's valid. Please, just call me Michael.
When we get to know each other better, Mr. Barrows, I'll be happy to call you Michael.
Sure. Okay. Oh man. Okay.
Mr. Carter, could you please point out some books that maybe reference details about the different clans? You threw around a lot of names, and it appears that there's a lot of history here. I'd like to brush up so I know who to associate with and have somewhat of an understanding of the politics that we're dealing with.
Absolutely. I just start pulling book after book after book after book, and a little light reading. Oh, these are introductory. You need this. Oh, can't forget this one.
You're gonna want to
and so
read
you
up
have
on. You're gonna want to read up on the Ravnos. Or
Well, I'm hoping I'll have a pretty extensive knowledge of all the clans when I'm done.
'cause we're known to be badasses. So you might need to know some of the cool shit we've done.
Okay. I will certainly look at that, Mr. Barrows.
Don't make that. Also, Carter, I forgot that Carter's your last name.
Woo!
it is. Yes.
Yep, good old. I'm no longer calling you Carter.
Oh, if you call me James, I'm not going to answer to it.
I was going to say, do you even know his first name?
No, it's Jimmy.
Oh, I hate it.
You goddamn peanut.
Jimmy Carter, really? That's where we're
Yeah.
going? Okay, sure.
Mr. President.
That I like better, actually.
Nope, then I'm not doing it.
Mr. Barrows, I hate to fall into the old adage of the damsel in distress, but that stack of books that Mr. Carter's put together, let's say I haven't been doing my CrossFit enough. I'm not going to be able to carry that effectively.
I got you.
Would you mind lending me a hand?
Yep, I can do that. I'll help
Thank
you.
you.
With some books. Then I'm gonna make some phone calls
Okay.
Yes, and I'll make a phone call as well.
because y'all brought up a thing about this being somebody doing a job, and I think that's a brilliant angle. So I'm gonna try and touch base with anyone that I know that works in this area, kind of like I used to.
Okay.
So I would assume that's probably 1 or 2 phone calls. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
All right. While you're doing that and help, the question is, where are you bringing these books before you make these phone calls?
I'm just gonna bring them down.
Are we just needing a place where we can work? Is that what we're looking for?
I
Oh,
figure
we could
we're-
definitely work in here
Yeah.
if you like.
I got the impression that you're not necessarily eager to do such a thing with that individual who came through the door earlier. With him close by, I understand there might be some level of risk.
He's benign.
Listen, I can call my assistant and have her pick us up and take us back to my place.
You got a jet. You got an assistant. And you know what? I'm gonna say no on that until
It's
we
a
get to know-
penthouse.
until we get to know each other better.
I mean, it's a penthouse, but if we'd rather stay in a dusty library, I mean,
Dusty Library has our resources that we could need.
we've got the books.
We could take all the resources with us.
I'm
We'll look
sorry,
at
did you
Carter.
call
I
the
would
library
gladly
dusty?
go.
This library is
I-
not dusty.
I apologize. I meant
Have you-
simply that
Where did you find
the-
dust? I'm not mad. Where
the
did you find the dust? I
smell
need to take care of
of
it.
the books is not necessarily pleasing to all tastes.
I'm not mad. Where the fuck did you find dust?
Exactly. Yeah, it's fine. You did insult me. Point me at the dust.
He points over to the dust. It's like a little bit under a couple books she pulled out. These tomes didn't look like they'd been used in a while.
That's true. Carter, have you been James? Have you been neglecting books?
See a muscle twitch in his face.
Jimmy, are you not reading like you said you do?
Busy doing other shit.
Do you go over and wipe the surface?
I feel like I have to at this point. I'm just hoping it's not going to necessitate a full cleaning.
It doesn't. Easy enough to move a couple of the tomes over and wipe it, and put it back up there. As you are in the process of cleaning this, go ahead and roll Wits and Awareness for me, please.
Nothing good has ever come out of you telling me to do that.
Secrets.
A false book, Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
The cousin of the glove box, Nosferatu.
Not again.
You have a little tiny Nosferatu hiding in a book that has like a Nosferatu-sized carve out in the
Yep,
middle of it, like
exactly.
they keep a gun, but it's a full ass
He's like,
Nosferatu.
hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? You found my book.
You got me.
And DC is 4.
You get 3 wishes.
Shit.
The only way I could do it would be a bestial success, which I'm not about bestial successes in my library. So no, I'm good. I'll just fail.
Okay.
No, you're just so pissed that you have to clean it, and even the beast is upset.
I also need the other 3 to go ahead and roll Wits and Awareness DC 4.
Okay.
Oh my god! I swear to God, if Benny's in here,
But it doesn't have to be in here. You can hear through walls.
it's a DC 3,
4.
DC 4.
Nope,
Fool.
only 2 for me.
Ooh.
I
Meg.
got 4.
Yes.
Bestial, I gotta willpower that. I'm not gonna disrespect. I'm not gonna disrespect Carter's place. I'm still pretty pissed though about earlier.
Oh,
so maybe...
y'all can. It's not my library. It's not. I don't own it. If
our
you don't necessarily feel the same way I do about it, that's fine.
All right, bestial failure.
Oh no!
Let's go.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna break a table and go. I need air.
So, a couple things happen. Meg, as you're looking around and sort of just like taking in this library and the scene that's unfolding in front of you, as you're looking in the reflection of one of the paintings that's on the, or one of the framed pictures that's on the wall, you swear you see the reflection of someone on the picture. You go to turn around. Where that person would be is not possible. And you sort of turn back to look at the reflection. They're gone.
Oh my god, what kind of sorcery is around here? I'm so confused about all. What? Did you guys see that?
What?
See what?
Seriously? You guys can pay attention to all the books around here, but you can't pay attention to the art?
Gonna look at
It's
the art.
gorgeous.
Good art.
You missed it.
What did we
was-
miss?
what-
What
There
was
was a
there?
reflection. What is that?
What is what? I need
The
full sentences,
reflection.
please.
I'm saying it. The reflection. Do I need to
What-
spell it out?
What did you see?
I love this new Eva.
Of something.
What did you see? Is what I'm asking. I understand reflection.
It looked like that's also on me for not. It looked like a reflection of a person. You couldn't identify who it was, but you saw like a person that should have been standing behind you, but there was nowhere for them to be.
So you understand what a reflection is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we got that down. Of a person.
Was the
Fun.
reflection you?
We've heard Benny talk about that stuff before, right?
Yeah, you actively watched him do it for the Baron of the Pizza King, as it were.
Rest in peace.
It's probably Benny.
And you still want to stay here? That makes absolutely no sense to me, but yeah,
He's
it's
no
okay,
deal.
I guess.
It's kind of how we met, isn't it? When we met Benny, he just kind of like eavesdropped for a while and then wandered in.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
But didn't it work on a person, not a place?
worked on a person, I think. Yeah, because he was doing it to the Pizza King. He was tracking the Pizza King. That was a Anarch Baron for those uninitiated. He operated out of a pizza establishment known as Pizza King. So we just call him the Pizza King.
Which most of us mean as an insult, but Michael seems to think was a thing to be proud of.
That place ruled. He was the king of trains.
Okay, are we going to stay here or are we leaving?
That's a good question. I guess now that nosy people are being nosy, we should probably get out of here.
Whoa. Don't talk shit about other people.
We're talking shit about other people.
That sounded a
Other people are
little.
spying on you.
And you don't think people spy on you normally? You know, there's social media. People stalk people. I mean, this sort of thing just happens.
She does have a point.
Sorry, I'm
You
too
might
old
be
for
my
Facebook.
You might be my favorite.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Penthouse?
If the invite is still there, I guess.
Of course. Let me call Arabesh and we'll get picked up.
One more time with that name.
She pulls out her phone and dials.
Okay.
She starts speaking in French when the phone picks up. And it is pitch perfect French.
Who is this person? Where's my
Sounds
angry
beautiful.
Russian man?
Yeah, I got it. I'll be the angry Russian man from now on. Bro, who are you calling?
Okay, she'll meet us out front in about 15 minutes.
There are rules we have to follow now, bro. I miss my big Russian man.
Okay, then.
Sorry, that's a weird place to come back into that conversation, I think.
Very.
Yeah, my bad. Cool. Thanks for picking up the ride.
So this is going to be an odd question. What steps do we need to take to secure the penthouse to be safe for us to sleep there? We stayed here the last morning.
So
Throughout the day. I don't have like a coffin or anything in my home, so unless we want to sleep under the cabinets,
I've slept
floor to ceiling windows don't sound absolutely appetizing to people of our proclivities.
We're gonna need lots of curtains.
I guess we do have my safe room. It'll be a little crowded, but
We should
Uh,
have a bathroom without windows.
yeah.
I'll stay there.
We can work on if that's where you want to be staying.
Well, why wouldn't I? It is my home, after all.
It's up to how involved in your mortal life you're going to stay now that you are no longer mortal.
Well, there obviously has to be a period of transition. I can't simply disappear.
I did.
Well, did you have a lot? Property in your name? People who work for you that depend on you making a living?
No.
Okay, then.
Point taken. But
So I'll have to get my affairs in order. Plus, my mother's going to simply be furious if I don't talk to her again, so
we can write her a letter. Dear Mom.
you don't know.
Why?
You obviously are not the product of a Chinese mother. That
No.
would never suffice. She would
Nope.
scour the ends of the world to find me, just to tell me how bad of a daughter I was.
Can I talk to her?
We know the type.
We'll see. Once we get to know each other, Mr. Barrows, a little bit better.
I could sit it up. Listen, Ma, there's some things that are happening now that you can't be
However-
a part of.
She kind of walks up to him and kind of walks around him. You're not half bad looking. Clean you up a little bit.
It's a package deal.
The clothing.
No, the grime and everything or nothing.
Look, we can do faux grime.
It just feels like we're trying too hard.
Trust
at
me,
that point.
Versace has a $6,000 jacket that looks like it's been drugged through the mud, absolute beautiful piece.
Let's go get a drink and let's finish this
I need to think
assignment.
straight. Yes.
Speaking of thinking straight, you don't really get to do that a whole lot,
No.
especially with your compulsion that you got for your bestial failure, where
Oh, fuck. I just have to jump on any plan that's offered.
not quite. The next time you're faced with a problem to solve, any attempt at a solution short of the most daring and dangerous incurs a 2 dice penalty on everything you do.
Hell yeah.
This does not go away until the problem is solved or further attempts become impossible.
Does this
Let's
apply
go-
to the situation
Let's
at hand?
go get a
It
drink.
does. It
from
is a
the
problem that you need
Prince
to
of
solve.
Paris.
All right. Well, I think we're at point. I still have to make my phone calls, but pending those not going well, might have to commit some light arson.
Arson?
Yeah.
I was kind of implied that that's not a thing that we like so much.
Oh no, we don't like it. I'm very good at it. We had a previous large Russian man in our group that was also very good at it. So we will figure that out when we cross that bridge. But first, I need a snack.
A snack. Okay.
This is going to be odd, but other than when I went through the change, I haven't had a need.
Oh,
So this is a little awkward.
so let's go down to the bar. We can sit down, we can talk about it, then we can get in the car and we can make sure that you're not going to hurt anybody or yourself when that moment arises.
Okay.
And that goes for both of you.
Okay.
Mama Michael's on duty now.
Mama Michael. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll call you that.
Absolutely. I will take that because I gave it to myself. To the bar.
Sounds about right.
Carter, I have no idea how to raise a child. I'm unequipped for this. My sire raised me like a snake raises children. Welcome to
Okay
not
for
being in
you.
the egg anymore. Go have
These two
fun.
seem- These two seem self-sufficient. One of them got a bunch of books off me, and the other one got about $1,000 in pen and paper.
You got grifted. You didn't raise a child.
They'll be fine.
Uh-huh. All right, to the bar.
Oh, okay. Nobody was concerned about that reflection. Okay, let's keep walking.
Well, we're definitely concerned about it. There's not a lot we can do about it.
Oh.
Compartmentalization.
You'll find a great many things in this life will concern you, and you can do very little about many of them. So you just kind of handle what you can handle and try not to let the other ones kill you.
Handle
That's
what
not
you
a
can handle.
euphemism.
Okay. Okay.
It's important to know that's not a euphemism.
Check. Got it.
Some things are
Is
going
there
to
a
be
human
fun.
resources department, Mr. Carter?
It's never occurred to me to ask that question. I mean, we have resources that are human. The bartender, I guess.
Yes, Mr. Barrows.
If we're going to be working together,
Mhm.
we're kind of all human resources,
Okay.
if that helps.
I understand that you have your sense of humor, Mr. Barrows. And I understand that for some people that might be quite charming. However, I make a very good living doing very important things And I don't like it when people throw around those sorts of toss away misogynistic sexual innuendo lines, if you catch my meaning.
I don't
I'd
think that's
appreciate
what he
it.
meant. I'll just guide.
First off,
If
okay.
in the future you would avoid
Okay.
such tactics.
We're gonna. I thought we had a little bit more time before we had to do
I'm
something like this.
Now I'm now
Well,
Carter's going, wait, what was said?
Yeah. You keep saying not until we know each other better. And
Sure.
you're going to come at me like that. Ooh, I'm very important. Ooh, I do these things. I'm going to go ahead and change the tense on that for you. You did important things. You were important at one point.
Mhm.
I've been doing this a very long time, and my life has been ripped away from me not once, but twice. So I would very
3
much
times if you
so.
count tonight.
Absolutely. 3 times. Look at that. Every time I start to build something good for myself, someone comes around and shits all over it. So, what we're not going to do around here right now is we're not going to tell me that I'm being sexist or misogynistic or anything, because that's not the way that that was intended. I'm going to apologize for it because I'm sorry that that's the way that it came across. And that's nowhere near where I wanted to put that. Or I didn't want to put you in any sort of position like that. But where I said we're all peers, I meant that. We're all peers. Your social status outside of being a kindred means dick. All right?
But it does mean that you should treat me with respect.
It also means that you should treat me with some semblance of respect. We come from very
What you said
polar
was
ends.
incredibly offensive. Maybe
We're
not
all
to you,
HR?
maybe not to Meg, maybe not to Mr. Carter, but
We're
it was
all
offensive to
HR.
me.
How is that offensive? Like, I'm not.
You said
trying-
handled, and that's not supposed to be some sort of euphemism. Do you think that you're not immediately talking about handling your genitalia?
No. The fact
Then you
that
need to
that's
be
exactly where you went
Or
makes
about
me
expressing
uncomfortable.
yourself, Mr. Barrows.
So Michael, I just want to remind you, you have to handle this in the most daring way possible.
I do, and that's why I'm getting pissed off about it. Good God. No, okay. So the fact that that's where that's exactly where you went, first off.
Of course. It's
Is-
what you meant.
It is not what I meant.
It's so ingrained in your nature that you don't even realize when you're doing it.
I am going to split in half.
I am walking to the bar.
It's at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm
You
getting-
guys have successfully
I'll make a
done
scene at the
so.
bar.
As you have a large group of people like poking their head down the hallway. The bartender is sort of like wide open, just sort of cleaning a glass, like.
No, and during this whole like, as Michael just keeps talking and getting a little bit more angry with every word that he says, just gonna like slam on the bar, looking for a shot, looking like grabbing for something to drink, just like. And if anything shows up in my hand, it's getting shot. If it's a pint, it's getting shot. If it's a shot, it's getting shot.
Ariella seems completely unfazed. Just staring at you with like a shark's dead eyes.
Yep. Very quickly, a beverage appears before you. For you to be able to shoot it, it's not a huge feat or anything that you couldn't do.
I don't know. It hits the bar, and I'm pointing back to the glass, like keep them fucking coming.
Goes ahead and grabs another and fills again.
In between, where there would be periods, and these sentences are punctuated by me doing a shot.
Beautiful.
Is it blood that he's shooting? Or
It is.
alcohol?
It is
Okay.
indeed blood.
Okay.
As the excitement, to say the least, begins to grow, you see one of the curtains opens. and you see Caleb standing inside, sort of poking his head out.
Of course, it's fucking Caleb.
If you must, we do have other facilities for you to vent your frustrations that don't require some people to be sleeping.
I apologize. We're good. I'm okay. Again, I'm very sorry. And then I'm gonna kind of look at the rest of the room. Sorry, everybody. Calm, cool, collected. Michael finally popped, I guess.
Welcome back.
An embarrassing night all the way around. Two of the people I love turned out to be shitbags. I was publicly humiliated, and then yet again. So go back
Just get a
to
drink, Michael.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody. Make sure get home safe. Tip your waitresses. And I'm gonna kind of wander down the bar a little bit and just kind of sit there. And this time I'm actually gonna get something that can help me with my 3 hunger.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what? I'm over blood bags at the moment. I'm gonna order.
Ooh. What are you ordering?
I'm ordering somebody who's I'm gonna order somebody who themselves is pretty pissed off. I'm looking for angry blood at the moment. I'm mad. I need somebody who's just gonna make it worse because I need to feel what I'm feeling.
I like it. Carter, what are you ordering?
Or whatever their special is.
All right. Are you looking to reduce hunger, or are you looking just to enjoy a nice beverage?
Oh no, reduce hunger for sure.
Okay. Are you looking for any sort of certain type of emotion or anything like that? Because currently, blood bags would not assist you because your blood potency is too
It's gotta be
high.
a person. Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Truly, Carter does not care. He's just whatever's gonna be fastest, man. We got a job to do.
They nod towards you and look over towards Meg and Ariella. Anything for you guys to eat as well?
And look at Meg.
No, I'm good. I'm
Michael's
just
think
gonna
I'm
kind of
okay.
look around.
daggers at the moment.
Okay.
I look at Ariella like they can get you a misogynist if you want to take a jump out of one.
I don't listen. I don't honestly believe that Mr. Barrows is a misogynist. I believe that Mr. Barrows has probably grown up in a time and place where that sort of behavior and speech is acceptable. And unfortunately, he met someone who is inclined to call him out on it. As if those words had come from your mouth, I would have said the same thing. It was inappropriate. I appreciate his apology, and now we can move on.
You seem kind of hungry.
No, I'm not hungry at all.
Okay.
As you guys go, at least two of the individuals go to their separate places to eat. It's where we sort of shift scenes a little bit. Across town, down the interstate, at a house. Bart arrives. No Kindred around. We see Bart take out a phone call. Or a cell phone, excuse me. Make a phone call. Hey, boss. Yeah, I'm here. Yep. Yeah, they're staked here. Yep, I'll stay by and make sure that they burn to a crisp. You got it. Eva and Dimitri, you guys were picked up. by Uber, as it were. And you drive past. For most of you, it doesn't or for it, Eva, you don't recognize this building. But Dimitri, you do recognize this building. As you guys have returned to Terre Haute. And Dimitri, your sire's place is leveled.
Son of a bitch.
And that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's session. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out. I do appreciate you guys sticking with us. We did go a little bit over, but we did want to go ahead and, since we did start a little bit later, to some technical stuff, we want to make sure to go ahead and still provide that same quality of time for you guys. But I do want to say thank you for the cast for being here. It was wonderful to see the new characters that are running around for this short portion of the story. Seeing Meg is complete 180 from Eva, and it is just wonderful. And then I'm very excited to see the dynamic between Michael and Ariella just thrive, as it were.
This is very quickly going to become a work relationship and nothing more.
Oh, no way. We've already established how Michael feels about very strong women.
On that note,
I'll just wait till I'm fucking unbondable.
Oh my god.
One of these days, when everybody else's blood means shit to me, good lord.
That's where we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys again for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We will be here again next week for another episode of Indy by Night, as we will see the same four kindred continue their part of the story while they look for these 3 missing objects. So we will see you guys next week, and have a wonderful night, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.